All right. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, as well as all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And back with another one, a couple of brothers from the Great Millstone Houston camp or the Houston Church. I'm the brother Korah Abad. And as always, we got the beloved Elder Taza Pi as well. And the Wadi Yahweh Shim Shai for another Thursday, another week to come out and push this truth, this information, which we in die serious times. And now was the time. Matter of fact, let's see. There's two precepts coming to mind. Matter of fact, if a brother want to put in the chat, one, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, Baba Kashah. And the other one is Second Ezra 16 and 40. How it says to prepare ourselves before battle. But
All right.
we definitely in that
Go ahead.
kind. Hey, it's Elder Tyler, am I echoing? I hear echo.
No, not on my end.
Okay, chat, if y'all want to let me know if y'all hear echo, Baba Kashah. If not, we all good, then we're gonna roll.
But yeah, I got the verse whenever you're ready.
Okay, Khan, you got it.
All right, Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Meaning what? Why we have the opportunity, while there's understanding, the Lord's secrets, the prophecies that's about to be fulfilled, while they are out and easily to be accessible. We can just get on YouTube, go on the phone, put in some headphones, whatever it may be, driving in a car. While this word is out right now is the time to get it. Says why the Lord may be found. Because you know why? The time will come in when he ain't gonna be found. Meaning what? This truth, right? Whether it's breakdowns, like Revelation 20, Revelation 13 with the MOTB, or whether it's news, like what you see, as the Lord, been allowing us, the Wadi Bashim Shah, to be consistent with the news. Weekly, you got the Elder Yashawam, but he do his news and prophecies. The other, the apostles, brothers on the news. But even that information, now is the time to get it, because again, a time coming when this information won't be as easy to hear as it is now. That's another thing that's expected in 2025. Even more censorship. So much so you might even have to have a digital ID to even get on the internet, use the internet. Like, and this is spirit, because I forget where it's at, Florida, California, somewhere, but they about to pass it to under a certain age, I think maybe 16, you have to show ID in order to get on social media. But again, this is just like gradual things they're gonna do when they bring it out or usher it into the whole system. The point is, now was the time to get this information. You had some other times of power?
Yeah. Yeah, we could be seeing the famine of the word sooner than you think. But I'm going to continue to verse 7. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 7. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. That's what we're looking for, that abundant pardon. But yeah, and see, that's the problem for 2/3, forsaking their wicked way. And see, and Esau know that. That's why he set up the harlot houses. So the harlot houses gives them that, that feel good, and because that's all it can provide. But they get that feel good, like they doing something for the Lord, but really, they don't want to change their way to come fully into this thing. And that's what the 2/3 problem is. They don't want to deal with the bitter, or like the apostles said back in the day, the nastiness of the scriptures. They don't want to deal with it, and so the harlot houses are set up to give them only the sweet, you know. And as you know, sugar kills, sweet kills. You need bitter, You need more bitter than sweet at this point, you know. But yeah, you got it. You got it.
Con. I get one more. The reason to get this information right now. I was gonna start at 38, but I'm gonna wait on that because this information, we're gonna play some videos here in a few, right? But this information, the information that this ex-CIA agent gonna give Sarah Adams, she said is in 2025, they already had it set in 2024 that they was gonna do scheduled, for lack of better words, attacks, T attacks, right? Scheduled attacks. That's gonna go into Second Ezra 16 when it says a woman in travail back and another one and another one, like those contractions. We definitely in that time. So I'm gonna start down because we're gonna get that later. I just want to get this right now to show why it's important to get the truth or this information now. It says Second Ezra 16 and 40. And the brother Manazar posted it as well. Let's get that. It says, "Oh, my people, hear my words." See, the first step was to hear the word first. Hit a word first. What's the next step after that? It says, "Make you ready to the battle." That's why it's important to get this truth now. Because now that we got it, we finding out what's to come, things we might experience, so on and so forth. What breakdowns and precepts we need to understand that give us the insight on the times as they go. Now it's the time to get there. Make ourselves ready for the battle. Put yourselves in certain scenarios in your mind, right? Put them prayers up, do the work, fast, pray, preparing ourselves for these times. See, the other people ain't. Therefore, when it happens, it's just going to be caught out there. But it's important to get the word now. It says, "Oh, my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth." And the brother got the definition: pilgrim, a person traveling to a holy place as a penance or to discharge some vow or religious obligation or seeking some miracle or spiritual benefit. And that's going to be us, Lord willing, moving around the world in Jacob's trouble. Other than that, you had anything other times of five? Now we can hop into it.
No, we can go ahead and get into it.
Okay, con. So let's get into it. So the title for this lesson is Thursday Live. Welcome to 2025, where your freedoms go to die. Oh, I put to do. It's supposed to be to die. It's a like it. But anyway, where your freedoms go to die. Now I got it from one of these articles, and we'll touch on that article last. But I got it from one of these articles, and that's the title of it. Welcome to 2025, where your freedoms go to die. Let's see if they let me change it. If not, it's cool. Right here. We'll get into that later, but it was put out January 10th, 2025. And you see it right here. That's where I got it from. But we'll start with this first. Now I know the apostles, elders, and brothers already spoke on this. The brother Benaiah out there in Dallas, he popped the spirit off, within the church concerning this article right here. Now, this from End Time Headlines was put out the other day, I believe Monday. Now it says the FBI and the DHS, which is the Department of Homeland Security, it says warns of possible copycat attack following New Orleans attack. Now, let me see if someone come up on this. Hey, Elder Taza Pop, for the past couple months, we've been mentioning this dude Christopher Wray. He was the director of the former director of the FBI. And one thing he was saying the whole 2024, if I could find a good one, he kept putting this energy out there. And let me see what is. All right, so this is not the full thing. This is not the article that we touched on, but this is just a little excerpt of what he said. But this is what he said back in mid 2024. He said lone actors are small cells of individuals typically radicalized to violence online. In other words, people who watch, see, man, what they said about the New Orleans dude, that he was watching ISIS videos, then he just wanted to go out there and do it. And put a flag on the back of his truck. So, hey, now this points to the famine of the word. See, they go pointed to these terror IST people, right? These radical people, the reason they doing all this, running over people on Bourbon Street, right? Shooting up, so on and so forth, is because the videos that they watching online. Where we come at. The prophet saying by way of speaking of prophecies in the Bible, the prophets are doing more harm online than anybody else. I'm talking about Alex Jones. I'm talking about Clayton Morris. The prophets are doing more damage to this, not just America, but to the society by way of pushing his word. And it's getting a lot of people to believe. And the thing, not just that, but think about the violent things, not that we say we gonna do, because we ain't gonna do nothing. Think about the violent things that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, have written within the Bible that's gonna take place in these times. So when we out there saying these things that's written in the Bible, and then they go easily, man, you can see how they gonna play it, man. They gonna point the finger at us. So it says, loans. This is what Christopher Ray said. Salaki, the Tazapah, you got something?
No, you can go ahead.
He says, lone actors are small cells of individuals typically radicalized to violence online and who primarily use easily accessible weapons have posed the greatest terrorism threat to our homeland. And it was said by FBI Deputy Assistant Director for Christopher Ray on February 5th, last year. It says, right, going to online and how people go take what they hear online and bring it to the streets. But the point of even getting that was going back to the FBI. He was a part of it. Now we get to 2025, a year later, and it says they want it again because now they're about to do it. Is the point. It says the FBI and the DHS, the Department of Homeland Security, warn of possible copycat attack following New Orleans attack. Now we ain't gonna read in this whole thing because again, the brother Benaiah, elders brothers touched on it already. But this the spirit that's coming in 2025. It's gonna be a lot of attacks, and that's when we gonna play with this next information. And with these attacks, and we can't forget this, with these attacks coming and the economy falling. At the same time that's going on behind the scenes, they're going to be bringing in that digital system. That's what's happening. So within these attacks, you're going to have many distractions, many this and many that, and they go bring in this system. We're going to play some information later on with Trump. Because what Trump trying to do, he's trying to make it seem like he's battling China to beat them to have the greatest CBDC and digital system. He doing that for the people minded, for the people that think we're trying to keep America first and we got to go digital to beat these nations. No, the Americans, he telling y'all that he got to go digital because everybody going digital. One is prophecy, but two, that's where the world going. To see him. But anyway, you got it.
I got this for you on the famine of the word real quick. And I want to go to Romans chapter 10, verse. We'll start at 17. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world. All right. Now, going over to Psalms 19:1. It says, the heavens declare the glory of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them has he set a tabernacle for the sun. And so this is in reference to the internet, the World Wide Web. All right. And when you look at going back to Romans 10 and 17, faith cometh by hearing, hearing by the word of the Most High. This is the most dangerous and detrimental thing to Esau and his new world terror. You know, this is his Achilles heel, if you will, us preaching this gospel. So it's gonna come a point he's gonna have to do something about this web, this internet, you know, because that's the only way. How else is like, you know, going back to Romans 10 and 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily. Their sound went into all the earth. And there's no way, like, you know, you could do like Nate trying to do and go travel all over the world. The Lord gave us the internet, you know, and it's going to parts of the world we never even heard of. And then guess what? It's men in great millstone popping up. The truth is being brought out in pretty whatever language you can name. There's somebody bringing out the truth in that language.
Mm-hmm.
And you think this ain't powerful? That wasn't done by man's decree. This was done by divine inspiration of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. And he can't afford to allow this to keep going on because he's at the point right now where he has to fill his belly. You know, because they've been kind of stringing it along and stringing it along. Brothers been getting frustrated, man. Why don't they come on? What the, you know, getting pissed off with Iran and you know, it just seemed like they was dragging this thing out. And so here we are, as the brother said, 2025. Esau got to shit or get off the pot, you know, and he ain't got no, you know, he gonna have to shit, as the old expression go, you know. He don't have no more time to be pulling no more of his tricks. So 2025, right, it's gonna be heavy fellas coming toward us, you know. And yeah, Trump, he shit. He's well, Apostle Tahar said it the best. All right. He doing the bait and switch. If you look at Trump and listen to what he's saying now, classic bait and switch. Because I remember him saying he wasn't for no digital currency.
Mm-hmm.
And now he with Musk and Elon and Bezos, all of these so-called tech giants.
Hey,
You
remember he
know,
go face Slack.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just about to say, remember he's supposed to, after he gets sworn in, he's supposed to FaceTime the elites at the Davos meeting. But you got it.
Right, right. But yeah, no, so getting back to the internet, man, that faith that cometh by hearing is what's going to deliver us. All right. Remember, he's still pissed. And his mentality really is, since I can't have it, I'm gonna try my best to where nobody can get it, as far as the blessing and the birthright. So he's looking to, you know, try to get at the Israelites. And all these other people really just collateral damage. But yeah, he wants these cities, these cyber cities. He wants all these things. People talking too much. People
Mm-hmm.
talking too much. You know, all that shit that's going on in LA, we pretty much know what it is. People giving live on the ground reports, showing videos. That's too costly to the regime. You know, what's going on in North Carolina. You know, I just saw a headline that, you know, they saying Biden is kicking them out in the cold, the sufferers from Helene. So I guess they cutting off funding. But yet he tell, you know, the people over on the West Coast, he's gonna fully fund, you know, all of that shit. something to that effect, that he was going to fund it to some extent, or I forget exactly, but yeah, it's cold up in North Carolina, bro, and people don't really have nowhere to go. Imagine being in a tent, but this is where we are, brother. So, and with me saying that, I mean judgment. All right, this is where we are, and so we have to come to that cold reality. And I'm not saying the brothers, but I'm speaking to whoever out there listening. All that bleeding heart shit, you're not gonna make it with that mentality. You're gonna have to get cold, because the Most High is dealing, and the Most High don't give a damn. Either you right with Him and in His good graces, or you not. He don't give a damn if you 3 or 300. He don't give a damn you got one leg or 3. He don't give a damn if you owe, you gonna pay.
Mm-hmm.
And so we come to the payoff. But you got it,
That's right.
You can't let our people talking too much, bro. And for what he want to do in the U.S., you see they going to work on the U.S. Yeah, it'll go a lot smoother for them if people wasn't talking and sharing ideas and information. But go ahead.
That's it. So yeah, let's hop into it. And again, as from the title, every article or video we're gonna play is for 2025, like it's directed at exactly for this time we in. So again, we ain't gonna read this article. Oh, and as well, all the links that we're gonna show, the videos, they in the description box right now under the video. And I was also able to change the title to Welcome to 2025, where your freedoms go to die instead of to do. But anyway, so the FBI and the DHS came out the other day warning of possible, right, so-called possible copycat attacks following New Orleans attack. Anyway, we know what happened in New Orleans. What they say is going to be a lot more. Now, let's go ahead and play this real quick. These 2 videos, just to show the spirit that's here in 2025. The atmosphere about to change. It's not about to be the same world as we know it, the same lifestyle as people once lived. Things are changing again as these attacks coming, fear coming. The economy gonna crumble. Behind the scenes, they are ushering in that digital system around the people, man. Now, let's go ahead and get into that too. All these things are set to happen in 2025. Now, this is a video touching on Trump, right?
We don't have the sound, huh?
Okay, Salaka, that's me. That's me. The water for that. Here we go. There we go. So he gonna go into Trump and how when Trump come in, his plans is to change this system to go digital. That's his plans. Now the MAGA don't know that. They think he coming in and getting busy. No, he gotta agree. The road that he plans, see, this is not it ain't Trump no more. It ain't what y'all thought he was. He ain't Trump no more. He gotta play the role now, the character now for this time. Why you think he got Elon Musk and Bill Gates? He tweeted out the other day, Bill Gates coming to Mar-a-Lago. Why Bill Gates going to this golf course for what?
Him and Obama rubbing elbows.
Come on. How you think that made the MAGA supporters feel in spirit, in heart?
Yeah, fucked up. That's the bait and switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the bait and switch. But yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I forgot who I watched the video from. I think it was Elder Yashua Wamba or somebody. I forget, but they said how Trump pretty much, because he had Hulk Hogan at one of his rallies. And Hulk Hogan, his character, right? At first, he was the American, all about America, the American lover boy, and then he switched to NWO. He was the bad man.
So did.
And that's Trump. He was the all-American, make America great again, America first. Now he's switching over to literally NWO, to those who trying to begin the new world order. That's what we're seeing right now. And the people about to be so shocked, and this go be part of the reason. They gonna say, you know what, F it. And they just gonna go all out. That's 2 Ezra 15. But let's go ahead and play this vid.
That's beautiful. Beautiful point though. That show you how the programming works. You know, thinking about that. So they pre-programmed this shit. So that go back what, early 2000s, maybe even the late 90s. With Hulk Hogan, when he went rogue, so to speak, with the NWO. That was around shit, maybe late 90s, early 2000s. So they planted this seed long ago.
Yep, 1996.
96. Okay, I was thinking 97. Okay, so yeah, man, that just show you how they work. That's how these motherfuckers work. Pardon my French. That's crazy. Yeah, some of the same shit. But yeah, brother, you had made me think about this, man. You got it.
I think it was a Yashawama video. I forget who it was, but so remember that as we move on to these next clips, we're gonna play these clips. But as we move on, keep with the mindset, because hey, that's we kind of like to do in the spirit of these Thursday lives. Build, man, build. But keep in mind what these videos that the Elder Taza Pa sent about to say is that Trump down with the NWO. Now he go get inaugurated January 20th. And a Davos meeting with all elites, we talked about it for the past 2 weeks. All elites gonna go. And if the theme for this year's Davos of 2025 is going digital, and all the world need to buy in. I forget the exact, cooperate. That's the word, cooperate. So when Trump get in office, it said that it's right here. We're gonna get into it. The first thing Trump go do, he gonna FaceTime and call in to address Davos days after inauguration. He fully with it, man. But let's play these vids. And even in this, though, because again, hitting on 2025, brothers know the movie They Live. In this movie, They Live from 1988, they said 2025 is the year we're gonna play it. I'm getting excited. It's a lot here at Taza Pile. Getting excited. But let's play this.
Isn't it fascinating how Trump is just coming in making these like world-changing points? So part of this, aside from just the overall infrastructure change and repositioning, deglobalization, reconstruction of this kind of new digital world that they're building, wedged in between there is a new currency, is a new.
I'm not gonna keep stopping. I'm gonna let it play. Wedged in between.
I sent you that one out.
Yeah, you sent me these. Yep.
I didn't know you had that one. Yeah, that's a bad video, bro. You gotta watch the whole thing. He went in. But yeah, I didn't know you had that one. Yeah, go ahead.
And to Salakia, to the Akim Akwat who may be tuning in, I put everything in the description box that we're gonna touch on. But these two videos we're gonna play real quick, this one and the next one, I wasn't able to because they was just sent through like a WhatsApp, and just download it, so I can't send an actual link or nothing like that. So Salakia. But this dude page is, I think, Days of Noah. Right, but let's go ahead and play. But what are you gonna say as Trump coming?
Days of Noah. He probably find it on YouTube.
I'll try to find it for him while the video playing, and I'll put it in the chat. Lord willing. But so check out what he said. As the new 2025 coming, the main thing Trump go do is that digital currency. Let's play it.
This kind of new. Isn't it fascinating how Trump is just coming in making these like world-changing points? So part of this, aside from just the overall infrastructure change and repositioning, deglobalization, reconstruction of this kind of new digital world that they're building, wedged in between there is a new currency, is a new, completely new digital economy. So I want to show some evidence of this as Trump is, I believe, over these next 4 years is going to attempt to build this thing out. And it's going to be done creatively through deconstruction and destruction, creative destruction. And that's going to be through war. That's going to be through crisis. That's how they build.
Let's stop. It's gonna be through creative tactics, through war. So as war going on, that's gonna be happening behind the scenes. Through what else? Through crisis, T attacks. They're gonna be doing this behind the scenes. That's how they gonna bring it in.
Real quick, right? The 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. So yeah, we in these last days, man, in these perilous times. And it's letting you know that mankind would be way off the mark as far as where they should be, you know. Yeah, they in the flesh, in the world, in the ego, dealing with everything negative, every negative aspect of human nature. This is what they deal in, and this is what the Lord saying: lovers of themselves, egomaniac, and that's rampant. That's like a pandemic in Babylon, you know, egomaniac, or you know, this narcissism. It says covetous, boasters, man. This is describing Babylon. These are the ways of Babylon. And so now we coming to we at the end of this thing. These perilous times are here to destroy these people. All right, judgment is a cleansing. It's a much needed cleansing of the earth, you know, and humanity, the nations. Things have gotten too far gone.
A lot of crap Elon Musk has been talking about.
And so now, you know, the Lord is going, just like he told Moses. He said, I'll just get rid of a lot of them and just restart with you, talking about Israel. So Israel was tripping. So how much so this wicked world? Most I said, Jacob's the apple of his eye, and he was gonna wipe them out. So how much this bullshit Esau got going on? And ain't nobody fearing because nobody's being taught, because if Esau don't tell them, it ain't legit. So, us being out on the corner now, that don't cut it. They need to get it official from Esau. And so, you're gonna die. But go ahead. I didn't want to push the spirit on that. But yeah, just know, brother, things about to get perilous.
Come on. That's it.
Isn't it fascinating how Trump is just coming in making these like world changing?
And I put the whole video in the chat so y'all got it.
Points. So isn't it fascinating how Trump is just coming in making these like world changing points? So part of this, aside from just the overall infrastructure change and repositioning, deglobalization, reconstruction of this kind of new digital world that they're building, wedged in between there is a new currency, is a new, completely new digital economy. So I want to show some evidence of this as Trump is, I believe, wedged in between there is a new currency, is a new, completely new digital economy. So I want to show some evidence of this as Trump is, I believe, over these next 4 years is going to attempt to build this thing out. And it's going to be done creatively through deconstruction and destruction, creative destruction. And that's going to be through war. That's going to be through crisis. That's how they build these things.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
So this is key, and you guys remember this clip. It's very important that he says this because that's what everyone's afraid of. It's not that we should be afraid of CBDCs. Surely they're problematic, but that's not the only problem. It's the overall infrastructure. It's the overall dependence of certain digital technologies connected to blockchain that are fully transparent and interoperable, but also connected to, say, aspects of our bodies and our person. That's the real problem. And you will get this with whether it be Bitcoin or crypto, stablecoins, all these things. It's
the C-HIP, that's what it's going to lead to.
The overall infrastructure that is extremely problematic. Now, if it's allowed to function in some type of independent way alongside other lower technological economies like cash and possibly the digital type of payment system we have now, if they could both exist, I mean, I'd probably have less of an issue. But when we look at the mark of the beast and the direction of a lot of the singularity, it's looking like they're going to both exist. I mean, I'd probably have less of an issue. But when we look at the mark of the beast and the direction of a lot of the singularity, it's looking like they're going to slowly try to phase out cash and all these things. And they could do it quickly through certain types of crisis. We've already discussed this. But it's fascinating how they're really selling this. Like, look, I'm not bringing in CBDCs. I'm going to bring in the digital currencies. I'm going to allow you to have your Bitcoin and have your crypto. And I think that's a type of Trojan horse, unfortunately. And he's really gung-ho about it, just like he's gung-ho about the juicy juice, jabs.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be.
Yeah, because just a reminder, who was the one that came with Operation Warp Speed? Everybody got to get juiced up fast. That was Trump.
Right. Yep.
So I won't be surprised the next one, everybody won digital currency, but eventually chipped up fast.
And that's what I'm saying. I had my suspicions, but right. First term, I said, yeah, he's buying you some grace. So once Biden come in, that's it. And so Biden wants to play that counterbalance to get you. I mean, he might have brought that up, but you can't help but notice it. Everybody was against Trump his first term, and they give you somebody so horrible that you beg for Trump back, and now Trump is the movie star. He the rock star now. All that shit the last 4 years is just gone now. That all that hate, that animosity. Again, he rubbing elbows with Obama. This is a stage play. But anyway, brother, that's well, it may not be Hegelian. It is Hegelian dialectic. So they put Trump at his first administration, and they said he was the problem. And I guess, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be Hegelian, but it is a dialectic, to where now people have totally switched. And I don't get it. I just don't get that. It's like either people are under the trance or they just not paying attention. But I mean, not even 6 months ago, And then don't get me wrong, you still got your people that hate Trump. But for the most part, a lot of people are Trump has got if the poll is correct, 60% approval rate. That's damn near unheard of. But yeah, man, it's crazy out here, bro. It is crazy out here. You got it out.
Yes, it's different times. We will see unexpected things, but
It's definitely different.
and I finished playing. We got a couple minutes left.
Will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right.
Oh, but this is another thing. Like we were saying, see Trump trying to, now that he is saying that he with the digital currency, you know, the Bitcoin, and he trying to make it seem like America, you know, we gonna be the ones to, you know, be, you know, the leaders of it. He pushing that, so you know, when he said they clap, not even realize what he's saying, but it's just that American first spirit. That's what the people go think, but it's gonna backfire because all he doing is just going along with everybody else, man. The agenda, he's still trying to push that American first with it.
There it is. There's the techno-nationalism, the digital currency system, basically, is what he's saying. We're going to beat China.
That is.
It's the techno-nationalism. Those that have been following this show and this work over the years.
Matter of fact, I got a precept. Because this is the thing. A lot of these podcast dudes start to sound like the prophets. That's it. They start to sound like the prophets. I'm going to get a precept from a prophet. Just to show the race for the digital system, that's what's going to lead these people into war, and that's what's going to bring a downfall to society, man. Let's get that real quick. The second Ezra 15 and 14 in the GNT, and we're going to get back to the vid. It says, the world and the people in it are doomed. The war, which is World War III, the war that will bring their destruction is very near. Check this out. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. Here it is. There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. A legitimate government is something that's been set in place, that's been established by law, you know, legislation, you know, the founding fathers. Now when the time, as what Elon Musk said, Advertiser Power, forget the exact words, but his point of being in Trump office, he gonna get rid of I forget what he said, a useless government or something like that.
Yeah. On the Doge thing.
But he said,
yeah, I forget the term too. I forget that term. But it's like, oh, well, yeah, efficiency. You know, but I don't know exactly what they plan on cutting, but I did see a video saying that which makes sense, but they plan on which what we was talking about last night, just doing away with politicians. And because if you're in a smart city, what do you need a politician for? They giving you everything. And then you got these sensors and cameras and everything to keep track and watch you. So yeah, what would you need a congressman or a senator for? So yeah, we coming to some crazy shit, bro. Yeah, and so yeah, they won't really need government. So I can see it, them just cutting everything. But I think that's what Doge is about, because they got to restructure. They have to restructure. But yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I think he said something. You know, the Department of Government Efficiency. He pretty much said we're gonna get rid of the useless parts of government. The point is, they coming in with a whole change, but not just them. China, Russia, and all these nations coming with a digital system, and they trying to see who gonna be the head of this new digital age, and that's gonna further bring the nations into war. Let's read it from the Bible. 2 Ezra 15 and 16 in the GNT. It says, and to the brother Kanakaya, Baba Kashag, when you do post like verses, spell the whole thing out, bro. And Baba Kashag put the whole verse in there. You know, don't just kind of like abbreviate and like put half of the verse. Baba Kashag put the whole verse. You know, shit, you out here with us, bro. In Houston, you gotta, put the whole verse out so we can have the whole thing, But the second Ezra 15 and 16 in the GNT, it says there will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. So as this going on, guess what's going to take place? Eventually it says, and there will be no longer free access to the cities. Why? Because the struggle for power will bring, so as Trump get in office, and as we expect, as the forecast shows through the lens of prophecy for 2025, this gonna be the, if not, we'll see how it play out, but we're in the times for whoever in office, this may be the administration to where the people revolt. And again, it's planning in place. He then duped all these people into believing, being MAGA supporters, and this go backfire. Among them suffering. Anyway, it says there will be no longer free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Driven by the cause of it will be famine and terrible suffering, and people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. But the point was, as they fighting on who gonna gain control and forgetting about the old way of governing things, all these other things is going to take place behind the scene or at the same time. No longer free access to the city. What else? A struggle for power going to bring destruction, buildings being burnt down, T attacks. Well, I say right here, terror. Look, it's in the scriptures, terror, right? That's going to be going on. Terror and total confusion wherever people live. We're in the time of these few verses right here, among others.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You guys, it's all making sense to you because we've covered all of these things far in advance. This is the info war. This is the battle. We're here for it. And of course, ultimately, we want to bring people to Christ because that's
all right. That's enough on him. Now, just to show when those times when Trump getting in, he's serious about what he say. Let's play this one. Times will change in 2025.
In 8 days, everything changes.
We'll put this one in the chat right now so y'all can have it.
For the United States. I don't think people know what's coming. I'm talking about a fun. In 8 days, everything changes for the United States. I don't think people know what's coming. I'm talking about a fundamental shift in America, the total destruction of the Obama-Biden era. According to sources I've spoken to, President Trump is about to unleash the largest bomb of day one executive orders that we've seen in American history. That means within 1 hour of putting his hand on the Bible, taking the keys back to the White House, President Trump is scheduled to put his name on hundreds of executive orders immediately. So buckle up, folks. This is going to be big. So let's go through some of the huge details of what we are expecting in just a week's time. So within hours of the president taking the oath of office, President Trump is set to unleash a tidal wave of executive orders, hundreds of them, designed to obliterate the Obama-Biden legacy. If passed as
part right there,
2016 for some.
Yeah. See, that's the divide and conquer. Whenever they point out the administration or presidency, like he's saying, oh, it's these executive orders are set to destroy the Obama-Biden administration. So the right, the conservatives will be like, yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. But what they really gonna be doing with these executive orders is that's the framework or the groundwork, the legislation for all of this infrastructure that they getting ready to put up. And these right here, let me read this, brother. You already know where I'm going. In Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Them executive orders is the dragon speaking. But you see how they report shit. Well, and again, like I was saying, he's probably duped. Well, he is duped. He's believing in the MAGA shit, talking about Clayton Morris. So he's reporting wrong. You know, well, he has a slight bias in his reporting. He's not reporting truth because he think that these executive orders, and that's how he's reporting it, is going to be something good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going to get rid of this Obama shit and this Biden shit, all this craziness. And then that's where your mind goes. Yeah, we need to stop all this, you know, men in the restrooms and men playing women's sports. That's, you know, that's where your mind gonna go. We need to stop all this shit. And that ain't even what we're talking about. Them executive orders is to set this shit up. I guarantee. Of course, I ain't in the meetings, but I guarantee you. We know we're not gonna see no change that's gonna benefit nobody. We know what's coming. So we know that them executive orders have to support what's coming. And see, that's the benefit of the prophets.
Mm-hmm.
We know what's coming. So everything that they're doing has to fit into the framework of these scriptures. But you got it out.
And that's it. That's what we could decipher. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
Big. So let's go through some of the huge details of what we are
I played probably like 30 more seconds of this one.
expecting in just a week's time. So within hours,
The point is, though, when Trump get in, he about to sign a lot of stuff. And as the Elder Tazapah just beautifully said, it ain't gonna be things to benefit as this man on screen, Clayton, or these other MAGA supporters, all Americans. It's gonna be things that's gonna affect your life, man.
of the president taking the oath of office, President Trump is set to unleash a tidal wave of executive orders, hundreds of them, designed to obliterate the Obama-Biden legacy. If past is prologue, we can actually look back to 2016 for some clues about what's coming. But make no mistake about it, this time it'll be much, much bigger. So back in 2016, Trump hit the ground running. On day one, he signed executive orders to begin construction of the border wall.
That's pretty much it on that one. It's in the chat.
Yeah, and see, you see what I'm saying? That first time the wall was crazy. This time the wall sound good, don't it? Cause of who? Joe Biden. But that's the dialectic. You know, as I was saying, it may be Hegelian, it may not be. But yeah, I mean, with Trump going out, and you brought this up, I think you said it on the show, that he implemented the Jews. It was him implemented warp speed.
Mm-hmm.
So he coming in, picking up where he left off, right? Pretty much.
Yep.
So, and Alex Jones told him. Alex Jones said, you know, because when Trump first ran, Alex Jones was fundamental in you know, getting him exposure and putting him out there. Alex Jones was fundamental in helping Trump to get elected. And so when Trump did that warp speed shit, Alex wasn't with it. And he told him, he said, man, you might not want to be claiming credit for that, because that's not nothing good. You know, and you know, Trump, you can't tell him nothing. And he didn't listen, but yeah. Trump probably told him, look, I'm gonna tell you how to run your info wars. You don't tell me how to run this country. And so he's still big about that. Yeah, I implemented warp speed. And so yeah, they know what they're doing. But yeah, you got something else out there?
Now, real quick, and just to show that Trump with it, so in Davos was put out today. So they got that meeting with the elites in Davos, and it just said right here from Zero Hedge, President Trump is going to waste no time wielding his influence after being inaugurated, and is scheduled to speak virtually in Davos just days after he takes office. His early participation in the annual elite gathering in Davos, scheduled from January 20th to January 24th, is set to highlight with over 60 world leaders attending. And it goes into it. You know, but Trump, his first thing he gonna do is call the elites, and he with it. Now we talked about the Davos for the past 2 weeks. Now I just came across this article, and it says buzzwords and phrases you might hear at Davos 2025. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm gonna just put it in the chat if y'all want to check it out. Lord willing, man, Tyler Pot kind of get into it. But other than that, hitting on that. So look, why this a big deal? With the Trump, the elites, and the digital system, at the same time, terrorist attacks that they need to break the system down. Again, these things was already pre-planned from Esau. Now, real quick, if you ain't got another Tyler Power, play this quick clip from the movie They Live.
Yeah, you good.
Now, this from the movie They Live, and Lord willing, no strikers or nothing like that. But it says, now this is, a solid movie. It says They Live was in 1988. The scene is the power elite scene, right? The power elite. Now, mind you, look at everything that's going on. The society crumbling, attacks about to happen, and the elites, as in Davos, they coming together, and they win a wonderland right now in the mountains, which is a summit. See? Summit on how they could bring in this digital system. Now, check this out. Look at what they say. This is back in 1988.
Our projections show that by the year 2025,
Let's start it back. Our projections show by the year 2025. I'm gonna let it run through.
our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance. The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite.
That's pretty much it on that. That clip in the chat. But you see what he said. Our projections show that by the year 2025, I probably should have just did this instead of playing it. But it said our projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, or Revelation 3 and 10, which will come upon all the world, that hour of temptation will come upon all the world. It says not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and dominion of the power alliance, the elites. And that's their plan, according to what Job 20, when they think they're about to fill their belly. And according in this movie, 1988, their projection showed the year was to do it 2025. Because remember, the plans, the world think, or the Americans think their plans is set for 2030. No, they have a 2030 agenda, not saying they want to start it in 2030.
Yeah, they don't want to start at 2030. Right. You got it.
No, they want to be completely finished in 2030. And when we say completely, no more Israelite, they thinking like no more prophet, no more people believing in God, no more people doing their own thing, no more black market sales, and no, everybody go have a C-hip in them by 2030, fully digital, and they go be eaten as they think in Job by 2030. The point is, if they want to have that fully set in 2030, what got to happen before? So therefore, we in 2025, if they want to get to 2030, they got to start now. And the projections show, according to They Live in 1988, 2025 a year. And as prophecy is looking like, Habakkuk, is speaking 2025 a year, as Apostle Paul said,
Yeah, that ain't the only movie to mention 2025. I'm gonna do a search and see how many movies mention 2025. But I'm gonna do that when I get a little time. But yeah, brother, you got anything else?
I mean, we had these clips of matter of fact, I'll skip this one. Now, what she said is gonna be terrorist attacks. Let me see, in America. Pretty much everything we said. All this in the chat. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this from Elder Manatas Akbar. Real quick, it's a quick clip.
Will be in trouble.
Now, granted, a lot of this stuff be AI, so it might not be actual Simpsons clips.
Yeah, it's AI, but shit, I ain't really seen AI to lie. When they asked them about what's the what was it? was it the Israelites or something? And when they came up with them black images, you remember that?
Con.
What was that? What was that?
I know it was.
Images
I
of?
know it's been a lot of them, like in Egypt. Us come out of Egypt and show black images, and it's been a lot that I seen.
Right. So I'm just saying, you have to take it with a grain of salt, and it could be some truth to it, But yeah, I saw that. You could play it.
Con.
Simpsons predict the U.S. will be in.
And not just that we're gonna play that, and I'll play a little bit of what this former CIA agent, Sarah Adams, what she gonna say is of some things they have planned for 2025, which is again Isaiah 10. It's things they got pre-planned.
Simpsons predict the U.S. will be in trouble in 2025, and Springfield becomes part of a major crisis spreading across the country. It begins with Lisa watching the news about widespread power outages. Empty store shelves and rising prices are everywhere. Gas stations run out of fuel. Grocery stores impose limits on how much people can buy, and ATMs stop dispensing money. At the Quick E-Mart, Apu apologizes as customers argue over the last loaf of bread. Phones and the internet stop working for hours, leaving people frustrated and confused about what's happening. The government issues vague announcements, but they provide little clarity or help. By summer, Springfield is in total chaos. Power outages last for days, casting the town in darkness and silence. People begin to trade food and supplies in desperate attempts to survive. Marge tries to keep the family calm, organizing candlelit dinners to make the best of a bad situation. As the episode comes to a close, a haunting scene unfolds. A mysterious drone flies over Springfield, and a flashing sign appears that reads, "Prepare for the new normal," leaving everyone wondering what's to come next in this unsettling future. Comment 2025 for part 2 and follow this account.
What about the U.S.?
So the U.S., from what we've seen, I told you about the camps, right? That there's the advanced urban warfare. So we think it's going to look like October 7th, but it's actually based on an October.
When she said October 7th, that was that so-called staged Hamas attack against Israel. Well, not so-called stage, but that was the Hamas attack against Israel.
7th was probably also based on it. It's based on the Mumbai attacks that occurred 15 years ago in Delhi, India. And we believe this for multiple reasons.
What happened there? Before we dig into
Yeah,
that,
we talked about this. I think it was my first episode. It was basically a terrorist group, Lashkar-e-Taiba. They did a number, it's called swarming attacks. They did a number of attacks in the Delhi, at a hotel, the Taj Mahal, I believe it was called, at like basically the train station, etc. The interesting thing about it, and this is why they're going to employ it now, is those terrorists were given kind of like latitude. One, they could change the location they were attacking, and they could change the modus operandi they were using. So for example, when they went into the train station, it was supposed to be a bombing. When they got in there, they said, wow, we can kill more people just shooting them than putting the bomb together, and they shot them. Another thing that they did is in real time, information was being passed to them. So when they were in the Taj Mahal, they were being told what was on the press and what the police were doing, and they changed basically some of their movements in the hotel to make the attack last longer, okay? So this is the part that's going to be different, right? So Al-Qaeda always wants to innovate when it does its next attack, right? So I've already told you about the innovation of the suicide vests. Well, do you know we really haven't had a suicide bombing in the United States ever? There's the Nashville guy who did the strange, blew himself up in the car early in the morning when no one was around. That's kind of it.
The AT&T building?
Yep. So we have not had a man walk up to a building with a suicide vest on the United States. Americans don't understand this. Al-Qaeda knows this, right? So this is new and innovative, especially now. You don't have to walk upside of the building. You can walk in the building because of the advancement of the vest. The other thing is, in the United States, we haven't had Fedayeen attackers. You know what this is? I mean, you'll know when I explain it. If you fought in like, I don't know, Ramadi, Fallujah, you've seen these. So the concept is the terrorist fights to the death. So he's not exactly a suicide bomber, but he will fight till either all of us are dead or all of his people are dead, right? So this can go on for multiple days, like the plan was for Mumbai, for example. So we think it's going to be a swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across multiple cities. We think there will be suicide bombings just because some of the by, for example. So we think it's going to be a swarming attack, right? Multiple different attacks at one time across multiple cities. We think there will be suicide bombers just because some of the attackers went through suicide bomber training and they have these vests, right? And then we think there's these Fedayeen attackers who will carry on until they're killed. The Fedayeen matters, right? I was watching, I want to say it was like 8 months ago.
Let me just rephrase that. So these guys are trained, and we already overlaid the video of their training, and they are going to fight until they're killed.
Yes.
There's no stopping them.
Exactly. And that matters, right? So I was watching this video and it was a suicide bombing in Kabul years ago. And it was the bomber blew up. I don't understand this as a tactic and don't understand these attackers are going to fight to the death. Think about that. So that'll.
What she going into is how you have different terrorist groups from the East, the Middle East, right? That's why I wanted to play this one first, a little bit of this one. We about to wind it down. Have a couple of terrorist groups that's already over here in America, not just so-called Middle Easterns, but it's a lot of people. And what they had planned, the CIA had planned, was that in 2025, just like how they did, as she was giving examples of previous places, how they had back-to-back attacks, right? They did like bombings, shootings in bus stations. But what she was saying is that these things gonna happen in places where people are around. Elder Taza Pop, you don't mind I'll play a quick snippet from this one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
In the field, you and your colleagues believe that there's as many as 1,500 just sent from Afghanistan alone.
Correct. Yeah.
In the United States right now.
Well, I think the number's a lot higher, but I think
But at least
Al-Qaeda sent 1,500.
Al-Qaeda.
But if you say every terrorist group from Afghanistan, we could get to pretty high numbers.
And how many terrorist groups are in Afghanistan right now?
There's about 25.
25.
Whoa.
I can't even name 25.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
I can name like 3. Like I can name like there's ISIS.
What she was saying it might be like 1,500 people from each group that may be here. And they said how many groups? She said 25.
Boko Haram, Al Qaeda, Hezbollah, Hamas.
You're pretty good at this.
And that's but I'm missing 17.
Yeah, and Hamas alone trained at 7 different terrorist camps in Afghanistan. So
7.
there's a lot of camps, by the way, as well.
So if Afghanistan turned into such a hotbed of terrorist training, why would the United States leave it?
Well, we left it because people were tired of the war, as you can imagine. And I guess they didn't have the foresight to think, well, then all the terrorists would come.
Oh, come on.
I know.
The United States, they have people like you working for them, right?
Yeah, but they don't always listen to people like me. Policymakers do what they feel like doing, and they do what they think will get them votes.
Well, obviously what they did in Afghanistan is not going to get them any votes. So right now there's 27 active terrorist camps in Afghanistan that you know.
Oh, no, there's more than 50 terrorist camps in Afghanistan.
Okay, so 27 groups and then over 50 camps.
Correct.
And what are they doing at these camps?
They're doing a number of things. Some camps are just focused on a certain topic. So like suicide bomber camps, right? There's about 10 to 12.
I want to go to that one.
Yeah, super fun. Actually, it was really funny. I mean, I shouldn't laugh, but I think it was like in February. There's this terrorist group out of Uzbekistan. It's called the Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan. And they actually have a suicide bomber training camp, and it blew up. And everybody was like, well, people thought it was sabotage at first, like ISIS blew them up. But no, just some idiot in the camp blew up the camp, right? So sometimes that happens. So it is a good thing.
God bless.
Yes. Another really popular camp, and then this is the one the Hamas attackers went through, is they have like advanced urban warfare. That's kind of like the elite training you can get in Afghanistan.
Advanced urban warfare.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're probably testing out those new night vision devices.
Oh yeah, they have a lot of great equipment.
Are there camps here in the U.S.? I always heard rumors.
I mean, there's a lot of rumors about that. I at least know Al-Qaeda has decided all the training is going to occur in Afghanistan. And it's mostly because, as you can imagine, when they did the flight training here, there were people who did report, right? This is strange. And so Al-Qaeda doesn't want to have that problem again, where you say, hey, there's a guy here training. It's a very odd. They don't want to take that risk again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So back to the interesting point. You said that you guys think that they've sent at least 15. Al-Qaeda alone has sent at least 1,500
Yeah, they go get to the point. I think 2025 is when it's set.
people here in the United States.
Correct.
What do they plan on doing with them?
They have a 2025 multi-coordinated,
You guys think that they've sent at least 15. Al-Qaeda alone has sent at least 1,500 people here in the United States.
Correct.
What do they plan on doing with them?
They have a 2025 multi-coordinated, multi-city plot to avenge the death of Osama bin Laden.
What? Okay, so I've watched you on podcasts. I've never heard that. Could you explain that more?
Yeah, essentially, so we're going to put a report on Monday, but essentially, Al-Qaeda is actually who helped plan the Hamas attacks. The Hamas attacks is a dress rehearsal. So the Hamas attacks is the practice attack, and then the big attack is going to be in the United States and then in 4 countries in Europe.
Okay.
Again, the Hamas was attacked with those, what they said the Palestinians did when they ran up in Israel. She said that was a practice, but the main one will be over here in America.
Hamas attacks is a dress rehearsal. So the Hamas attacks is the practice attack, and then the big attack is going to be in the United States and then in 4 countries in Europe.
Okay. You guys want to go home and load magazines?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking.
I hope a lot of people come into your shop and stock up. It would be smart.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
What's the time frame?
All we know is that the attack was planned for 2025.
I mean,
That's it. 2025. You had anything on that other types of pod?
No, that's crazy, bro.
Oh, and just
They
to say
they gonna
that-
do this in revenge to avenge Osama bin Laden, who nobody killed. He died, shit, probably of kidney failure. This whole shit is crazy, bro. I just want to get the fuck out of here, man. This shit is crazy. So now, you know, they over here to get some revenge for a motherfucker who nobody did shit to and who allegedly struck here first, but they to avenge him. And the government letting them do this? Because Joe Biden opened the borders, and I just saw a video today. They allegedly, you know, I gotta keep saying that, but they found a tunnel from El Paso into Mexico. You know, pretty sophisticated tunnel. It was lit, it had lights and everything. So, hey, man, it ain't no telling who the hell up here, bro. Because if they showing you, you know, you see the videos, oh, look at the Chinese, look at the Chinese. So if they showing you people coming over here, it ain't no telling, you know, what's coming in these tunnels. But we've been saying that. It's sleeper cells in Babylon.
Mhm.
I've personally been saying that. You know? And yet you still gonna have the black woman. I like to travel. I like to do this here. And they probably, you know, do another 9/11. Or you sitting up there at the what's the Essence Festival. Then and some shit go down. Cause y'all ain't paying attention. I like to travel. But then do you travel somewhere just to go be the same nigga? You don't come back with no understanding or no enlightenment or, you know, to better yourself. You like the bitches go to Dubai just to be hoes. But anyway, brother, go ahead, man. We ain't finna get
That's
on
pretty
that.
much it. We could end it because there's one video hitting on that travel. I was trying to find it, and they was like, "What you think?" Hold on.
Yeah, I like to travel.
But he asked, he said, where you think these events, these attacks gonna take place? She said, where everybody gonna be at.
Yeah.
She said at the stadiums, at concerts. She said at she said a farmers market, which hey shit, brothers be hitting the farm. We hit the farmers market, me and my family, you know. But she said wherever the malls, wherever you have large gatherings, schools, that's where these things gonna happen. The bus stop, the train stations, it's going down everywhere. And you know what else she said? It's a lock, y'all. Elder Tazapar. Now you got it.
No, I was just saying, I was agreeing.
Okay, but one thing she said, he asked, and I forget which video, so y'all gonna have to go watch these things, man. But I forget, I don't know if it was this one or this one, right? But one thing she said was, they asked her how they said since it's coordinated, how it was this video, it had to be. They said, I don't know, but they said since it's coordinated, then will it happen back to back? Like, will it happen like days after another, or will it just happen at one time? Say like on one day at one time in different cities, it all happened. She said no, and this what made me think about prophecy. She said no. The way it's planned is that it's gonna be one day and then something else another day, and then like something else could be the same day, and it's gonna be days after another, multiple things in the same day or as the days goes on. Man, that's 2nd Esdras 15. 2nd Esdras 15. And I'm gonna get that here in a few, just to show that's like a woman in travail, contraction come, and then another one, and then another one, and it get worse, and then it get worse, and then it get harder for her. You see, that's what's about to go on. But the Lord having these some of these things take place to kickstart Jacob's trouble, but with Esau with the T attacks and whatever it may be. We definitely in that time, and I mind you, it could be any day. This interview was put out 2 months ago. 2 months ago. We in 2025. It could be any day now. Now, I'm going to get this real quick, Elder Tazapar, and we can end it. I ain't going to read the whole thing. This also in the description box. Y'all got it. This is from counterpunch.com. And this was put out January 10th, 2025, 6 days ago. It says, welcome to 2025. See, the theme of this whole lesson been 2025. This might be the year. It says, welcome to 2025, where your freedoms go to die. Now, what he do in this article, he highlight things that's going to take place in or should, as Esau said, the projections show these things should take place in 2025. And it's pretty much everything that the apostles, elders, and brothers been talking about. I'm going to just read the key ones. So it says, wondering what to expect from the government in 2025. I'm going to just jump down. It says digital prisons, right? There shall no longer be free access to the cities. It says unceasingly, the government and its corporate partners are pushing for a national digital ID system. Local police agencies have already been given access to facial recognition software and databases containing billions of images, the precursor to a digital ID. Eventually, a digital ID will be required to gain access to all aspects of life. There will no longer be free access to the cities. It says government, work, travel, healthcare, financial services, shopping, etc. Before long, biometrics, iris scans, face print, voice, DNA will be the de facto digital ID. Also, it says pre-crime will be a thing of 2025. Mandatory juice sessions, right? But this the one. This one of them. This Revelation 13 and 16. What's another thing? An outlook for 2025? Tracking CHIPs for citizens. Momentum is building for corporations and the government alike. What Klaus Schwab said, 2025 is a year of cooperation to go digital. Here it is. Leaders from business, politics, and academia and civil society will convene under the theme, right, for 2025, a collaboration in the intelligent age. Going back to this, outlook for 2025. Tracking C-HIPs for citizens. Momentum is building for corporations and the government alike to be able to track the populace, whether through the use of RFID C-HIPs embedded in a national ID card, microscopic C-HIPs embedded in one's skin, or tags in retail products. And we know it's B. It's B. Now it might start with A. You know, it's embedded in a FedNow card when the whole system go digital. But it's ultimately the second one. C-HIPs being charagma. No, it's charagma, right? Being charagma into people's skin. Revelation 13 and 16. That's an outlook for 2025. And it goes on. But what's another one for the sake of the lesson? What's another one? False FLAGSs and terrorist attacks, right? That's another thing that's going to take place. So again, it could be any day. Ephesians the 5th chapter. But I'm gonna get this real quick at a part. That's all I got. The 2nd Ezra 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack." A lot of things coming. It says, "As when a woman," and this is the way that the Lord will send these plagues in the earth. This is how you go liken it. "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb." Man, you know, it just hit my spirit. Since we know great pains about to compass the earth, we that close. we almost out the womb. Man, we that close to salvation. Because that's the worst it get when that child coming out. That's when the most pressure come, the most pain. You know, the contractions get closer. It says, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth." See, we ain't got long of her birth. Great pains compass her womb. Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. So as the child get closer to being delivered, it get worse. As we get closer to being out of here, things about to get worse. And remember, what are the ways contractions come? They start spaced out at first. Just like now, a contraction, we could say CV was 4 years ago. But eventually, we get into the time that we'll get back to back. Like she said, it's going to happen one day, multiple times in one day, then another day. That's the times when. And it says, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth. The world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." And it says, "Oh, my people, hear my word." Going back to this. So seeing those things coming, it says, "Hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims on the earth." That's pretty much it. You got anything at Tazapah? Salaki.
No, that's pretty much it, bro.
Come. Well, with that, we'll end it.
I say that, you know, I say this. The Davos is going to change everything, because that's what they're coming together for the corporate structure, you know. So yeah, we're gonna see everything change this year, you know. So with the Davos, that's gonna bring about the change of how you get paid, how you get your paycheck, you know, all of that. That's what they're gonna be talking about. So I'm just soaking it in, you know. I'm kind of quiet because I'm digesting it while you're reading. But yeah, so we're gonna see a mark. Well, the mark, more likely for this year is out. Because these are the movers and shakers that, you know, call the shot. So when it say, and we go out on this, Revelation 13, chapter 13, verse 16, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Yeah, the Davos can dictate that. Davos got that power to bring this into fruition. So let's pray the Most High that they do, because, you know, this kicking the can down the road is just it is delaying our glory and blessings.
Mhm.
You know, so let's pray this what they do. Yeah, it's gonna be rough, but we're not gonna get around it. So let's just go. Let's plow through it. It's got to come. So fuck it. Let's get through it.
That's right.
You know, putting it off just builds the anxiety. And so, you know, I think we're gonna see it this year. But in verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. And so that's what it's about. That digital ID, as that may have been Whitney Webb or just another random Edomite, was saying that, you know, the heart of this, what they trying to get done is the digital ID. All right. Now the digital ID is going to be on that CHIP.
Right.
So yeah, that is the heart. That is the heart of this. You know, and as you saw it, that was one of the bulletin points you showed. Digital ID. So that's where we at. And that's what it says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. So, you know, we're broken that down a million times. But the mark, the MOTB, when we say MOTB, this is what we're talking about. Mark ODBEAST. And that is a micro CHIP, as the brother showed in that article. This is what they're going to be discussing. All right. As well as these planned attacks probably, but we'll see. We'll see what Trump gonna do. He's supposed to live stream, you know, so you know, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. So we will see. But that mark is coming. All right. You've been sitting there listening to Nate. I don't know, you know, you ain't gonna be ready. You know, unless you up the elect, you ain't gonna be ready. But yeah, that was it. That was it.
Con, you could take us out. I ain't had nothing else.
All right, Con, yeah. Well, with that, hey, we pray that you will edify. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and the men that raised them up and taught them. All right. And peace and blessings to the 144,000, the rest of the elect. To the next one, Shalom. Stay up, be vigilant, be diligent, keep pushing. And to the next one, Shalom.
Shalom.